Community. And now, let's dive in to the Splash Live.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Splash Live. Dave Scott Live, yes, right here at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. And you might be thinking, well, that's because Michigan State's playing in the NCAA tournament today. No, it's because our West Bloomfield Lakers are playing right here today at 12 noon as West Bloomfield has made it to the state semifinal girls basketball tournament, taking on Salem out of the Plymouth area. We're going to have complete coverage for you here. We have already got stuff up on our website. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk to the folks from the Michigan High School Athletic Association who are here getting things all set up. Tyler and I will be up here today, and the team is coming up right now. There's a bus from West Bloomfield High School bringing up a bunch of students and fans. The Lakers, the defending state champions in the girls basketball Division I tournament, won last year. Everybody's been gunning for them, and they're on a roll as they head here today for the state semifinals again against Canton. We'll talk more about the game coming up in a couple of minutes, and we'll also take a look at comments from our coach and some of our players and a whole lot more. So stick around. It's going to be a fun show today up here in Lansing. First of all, let's take care of all the normal business. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Splash Live, part of 90 minutes of live local television for you every day here on Civic Center TV. I'm here till 10 o'clock. Tyler Keefe steps in with the megacast at 10 and here till 11, and then he's going to immediately bolt up here to the Breslin to help us with our coverage. You're watching Civic Center TV this morning on Comcast Channel 15 in the Greater West Bloomfield area, 99 on AT&T. But the place to go today, without question, is the CivicCenterTV.com website, where you can watch all of our live programming and you can see all kinds of additional programming. You're going to want today especially to go there. More on what you'll find there in a couple of minutes. Thank you for watching on social media. If that's where you happen to be this morning, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look for Civic Center TV. And good morning to our radio audience driving around West Bloomfield, listening on our very own radio station, 89.3 FM, Lakes FM in the Greater West Bloomfield area. All of these outlets very green and white today. Why? We're here at Michigan State, green and white. Our Lakers, green and white. And oh, by the way, it is also St. Patty's Day today. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. What's the weather like in the Greater West Bloomfield area in the St. Patty's Day? Awful warm. I couldn't believe it when I headed out this morning, already in the 40s. And as you can see right now, 47 degrees. We're going to warm up a little bit today, but it's going to get cool again tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures cool down and we're warming up a little bit more on Sunday. Cloudy, none of this really nice stuff we had earlier in the week over the weekend, but it could be a lot better. We're not quite into the going out like a lamb weather for March, but we are doing a little bit better. And again, 47, the warmest temperature you're going to have between now and all the way through the weekend. So an awful lot going on this week. It's been an extraordinarily busy week. Monday, the State of the Communities live address with all of our community leaders at West Bloomfield Middle School. Tuesday, right in West Bloomfield, David Coulter, our county executive for Oakland County, was at the Jewish Community Center, the Berman Center, before a packed house with the State of the County address. Wednesday, we packed up, headed up to Bay City for the West Bloomfield Lakers and Flint Carmen Ainsworth. Great team, 23-0, Lakers win. And that's why we are here today for the state semifinals. This game kicks off at noon or thereabouts. And then should the Lakers win today, they'll be back tomorrow to defend their state championship run of last year with another game right here. So it's going to be an awful lot of fun today. There are the brackets. We'll get to all of this stuff relating to the game and a whole lot more in just a minute. I'm going to take a quick break and we will be back. We're going to hear from the coach, from players, and also from the folks right here at the Lansing Center with the MHSAA getting ready for this tournament when we return. Live from Lansing in the Breslin Center, Dave Scott, Civic Center TV. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the Splash in just a moment.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on MyMyTV.com.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
And now, back to the Splash, live.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here, live as I am each and every morning. But today we are here. Oh, you need my microphone. Thank you. So you can't hear without that? Well, sorry about that, everybody. Hey, Dave Scott back here at the Breslin Center, live on the Splash. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, the Lakers are here today. They're playing at 12 noon, and West Bloomfield, of course, is taking on Salem. So very excited. The Lakers come in here only losing 2 games on the season. Salem comes in with an equally impressive record of 21-6. The Lakers are the defending champions. They handled Flint, Carmen Ainsworth very well earlier in the week in the quarterfinals. That's a good team. That team had won their league and had not lost a game all season long. We were there the night of that game and caught up with Darren McAllister, the head coach of the West Bloomfield Lakers, and we asked him after the game about playing a very impressive team like Flint, Carmen Ainsworth. And here's what he had to say.
Well, we prepared. We came in today. We were prepared for everything that they were going to do, and I think we got out there and executed for the most part. And at the end of the day, I don't want to say we surviving and advancing. We dominating and dancing.
Well, and Summer looked like she was in the zone tonight, especially right in the middle of the second half. That 3 from the corner, and then came back and broke loose and broke free. And at that point, 25 points, and you guys were on the move at that point.
She actually scored 1,000 points tonight. So she came in, focused, executed, and I couldn't be more proud of her.
So over 1,000 tonight with the 28 she got tonight.
Yes.
And I was also looking at the end of your bench tonight. Obviously, we're going to talk in a minute more about this season, but for your future seasons, having these developing players see this 2 years in a row, pretty amazing.
Feels pretty good. It's not bare. We don't have to rebuild, we can reload.
So talk a little bit about what you are concerned about or things you need to work on as you head off to the Breslin.
We definitely want to continue to be healthy. And some of the nicks and blues we have, we got to get in there, aim to get some treatment, and just make sure that we're healthy going into it. So at this point, I said all season, I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm more or less worried about us. If we're doing what we're supposed to do and we're healthy, we're going to be fine.
Big advantage for West Bloomfield having been there last year. Does that help?
That absolutely helps us. Just having that experience, not only from the player standpoint, but from the coaching standpoint. So we're a year more experienced, and hey, we're ready for it.
Community's catching up to what you guys are doing. Really exciting. What this team has done so much for athletics in West Bloomfield and the women's program, as a whole.
That's been fun. It's been fun, but we're not done yet. And I just want to tell everybody, come on out, get your popcorn ready.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
All
right, head coach Darren McAllister talking just the other day. He said, hey, it was fun, but we're not done yet. Look at the job that Darren McAllister has done since coming to West Bloomfield. He wins 11 games in his first year, 25 games in 21-22, already won 24 games this year, state championship in his second year, and now here we go one more time on the verge of hopefully more exciting, great things happening. He's a great guy and a great head coach, and we're really lucky to have him as part of our amazing athletic program in West Bloomfield. Also, amazing talent on our team. If you've been following the team at all, you certainly know about the Davis twins. It's Summer and India Davis, the leading scorers on our team. It was that last game that Summer Davis just ran away with the game. You heard me make the mistake in the coverage and say it was the second half, but in the second quarter, actually, she just took over in that game. Banging threes, wouldn't be denied, and she eclipsed 1,000 points for her career during that game, scoring 28 in the game, and across the whole season, 496 points. She is the Lakers' leading scorer. Number 2 is India Davis, and there is Sydney Hendricks, who likes to do it on the low post with 254 points. We had a chance to catch up with her after the game at Flint Carmen Ainsworth, and here's what she had to say.
Well, basically, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably my favorite year doing this, only because it's like we came here before when I was a junior, so doing it again, we was even talking about it, it feels so much bigger because now you have something to fight for. Like, I have a title that we had to fight for. Like, everybody's coming for us with their best shot. And for it to be my last year, I wanted to go out with a bang. I wanted us to go out together. I want us to all play great. And to see us performing at such a high level and like coming together and like just cleaning up everything we've been working on is honestly just, it's so much fun to do and see.
Well, there was no quit in you guys because you honestly had this game in control.
Yeah.
And I've got a great clip right here of you going to the low post, driving the baseline, and really banging right at the end of the game. You weren't holding back at all.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We're preparing for something bigger. So even if we're up by 30 or up by 10 or up by 50, it doesn't really matter because we're preparing for a bigger goal to win everything. So if we prepare ourselves to play every single quarter 110%, go out every single time, we're gonna be ready to do it against people who are we play in the finals. So that's what we're preparing for.
So you were there last year. Is it different when you get through the quarterfinals? Now you're at the semis.
Yeah.
You're in the Breslin. I mean, is that different?
Yes, I ain't gonna lie. Like this year, it feels a lot different because I've been there already. So I'm ready to go back. As soon as we won last year, I was talking about going back. Like I've been thinking about it this whole year. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been so excited to play, and I'm so ready. It feels different because I already know what it's like to be there. And I have never had a better experience than being at the Breslin, so I can't wait to go back.
You don't have to do that thing they did in the Hoosiers movie, right? You know where they measure the basket because they're in the bit. You know the scene I'm talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about.
You know, you've already been there. You don't need to measure anything.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
it's like, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we feel way more prepared going in there because last year it was a little startling seeing how many people were there. It was bigger than we actually expected. And so we came out kind of rough, but this year we know what we're going into. So I feel a lot more prepared and a lot more excited.
You know, and coming into tonight's game, when you hear Flint, Carmen, Ainsworth, it just sounds intimidating, right? They've got a history, right?
They do.
And you guys handled them well tonight.
Yeah, so my whole family from Flint, so I knew it was kind of like I can't wait to play them because I know a lot of people who played on their team. I've been playing against them since he was young, so it's just, you know, they get down, and it was a good game. I mean, they put up a fight, but at the end, we just had more energy. I felt like we wanted it more, but they're still a really good team.
All right, well, just make sure I could tell by your smile, this is going to be an easy request. Just make sure you have fun when you're up there. This
Always.
is your senior year, right?
Of course. I mean, I only do this because I love it. You know, it's just so much fun to play good basketball. And I feel like we're in the midst of creating bigger history than we ever expected. It's fun to be a part of.
Sydney, you're doing a great thing for women's basketball and for the athletic program in West Bloomfield to rise to such a high level. It gets people like me and all kinds of people that don't hang out at the school very excited, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming out.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Sydney Hendricks, number 3 scorer this year, senior, and so fired up about the game she'll be playing here today at the Breslin Center. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. When we return, John Ross of the MHSAA joins us. Good morning. You are watching the Splash Live from the Breslin Center in East Lansing. Dave Scott right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with the Splash and tune in for the Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, And for you, first thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. Like what you see? Beautiful works of art, masterworks of metal, and accomplishments of artistry will be on display near you. All kinds of artists from all walks of life come together to celebrate their skill and appreciate their work's beauty. Hot Works presents the 2023 Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Stop by July 29th and 30th between 2 and 10 p.m. between Powers and Daly off of Orchard Lake Road. And now, back to the Splash, live.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the Breslin Center. Dave Scott, along with John Ross, the director of broadcast for the Michigan High School Athletic Association. John, it's really good to be seeing you, because when I see you, it's because the Lakers are winning.
Yeah, they were here last year, obviously, hoping to get back to the finals this year with a big game this afternoon. So it's going to be exciting.
You know, and around here, it's a little crazy because I know all the Michigan State fans are going to be watching TV at noon. We get that as they're playing USC. But how cool to be here while that's going on, and then for you to run this tournament here at the Breslin. It's got to be a thrill for these high school athletes to be able to play on this floor.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, it's nice for us. You know, our office is in East Lansing to come over and use the Breslin, but for the students, for the coaches, you know, they may not get to play here more than a couple times in their high school career, and to be able to do it in front of thousands of people. You know, it's on the NFHS network Thursday and Friday. If they make it to Saturday, it's on Valley Sports Detroit. You know, it's on statewide. To play in front of that kind of environment, it's just a thrill for them, and we love being here and being able to provide that opportunity.
Yeah, and the guys at Valley they don't compromise on the broadcast at all. It's like you're watching an NBA game, and how cool is that to have in your resume?
Yeah, 100%. You know, they treat it like it's a Pistons game. They're in Thursday and Friday. They're taking coaches and players up and doing what they call gladiator shots with them and making promos, and they treat it like it's a regular season Pistons game. There's no we're just going to send our D-level team over there to do high school. Same with football, and I think that's awesome. I think the kids and coaches really appreciate that too when they get that level of coverage.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them at work all the time when we're out doing our thing, and just amazing. So I got to ask you this question. Mm-hmm. So has anyone done the Hoosiers thing? You know, they come in here, they look around, it's big, and then they get the measuring tape out.
I haven't seen the measuring tape yet, but some of the smaller schools, they do walk in, and you can see them look up and be like, ooh, you know, this is a big gym. So you get a little time to warm up, and hopefully that background and the distance between the basket and the stands and all that, you know, they get a chance to acclimate and get used to it. But yeah, it's 10 feet rims, 94 feet court.
The side stories really are the interesting thing. That's why it's so good that Valley does what they do. In the case of West Bloomfield, we have so many amazing stories. The summer twins, they'll be playing their college ball right here at Michigan State unless something really unusual happens. It makes for a great story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, it's a chance for them to get here and play on the court that they're going to play for the next 4 years on. And yeah, Valley does a great job of finding out about little stories with the team. Blissfield advanced to the finals, and they played in the 1973 championship game. And, you know, they're telling us that, you know, I don't remember, I wasn't alive then, but they're like, you know, hey, do you have any photos from that 1973 Blissfield team? And it's like, well, we'll have to look. I didn't know they were in it. So it's cool the work they put in the background and the in-depth that they go on each of these teams that advance.
John Ross, through all the work that you're doing, taking care of the media and everything else you do for this tournament, do you ever get a chance to look at the glow in the eyes of these players and just see how big of an impact this has on them?
You know, it's funny. I was just telling somebody yesterday, it's busy for me before the game and after the game, but during the game, as long as there's no problems with, you know, our radio's not up or our TV's not up, I do get a chance to watch. I get to help out and chase balls during our free throw shooting contests and stuff in between quarters. So, you know, that's fun to be able to see the kids out on the court like that, because I'm not as busy actually during the game, and unless there's a problem, but we haven't had very many problems yet. So we're in good shape. You
guys do a good job. Finally, I know you're busy. The women's basketball program here in the state of Michigan continues to grow and thrive. Doesn't it? Talk about that.
Yeah, I think you see that even at our level. The level of play continues to get better, and teams, you know, they're just very skilled. And you look at West Bloomfield with the kids that they have on that team, and I mean that's a good team, and I don't know there's very many in the state that can beat them. But that gives other teams something to shoot for. They know the level they have to get to be able to play with the West Bloomfield and some of our better teams. So I think that helps. And then obviously, you have local kids going to local colleges, so they build that following and that excitement, and it just helps everybody get excited and appreciate girls and women's basketball.
Well, our girls do need to go out and win that game, but you can hold on to my press passes for Saturday, okay?
Yep, we'll keep them here, and if you need them on Saturday, we got them.
Okay. John Ross, trust me, he's a great guy, takes great care of all of us, a very good friend to all of us in West Bloomfield, and is doing an amazing job carrying on a fine legacy here at the MHSAA. Thanks, John.
I appreciate it. Thanks for all the kind words today.
Very good. Hey, there's other things going on in West Bloomfield today other than this basketball game, believe it or not. We'll get to that in a moment. Live for the Breslin, Dave Scott, Splash Live. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Stop by West Bloomfield Town Hall June 14th and get your health in check at the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Over 40 businesses, organizations, and vendors take the time to showcase healthy practices, tips, and resources for the community. Young or old, there's something for everyone and everybody. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, June 14th, the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
All right, welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here at the Breslin Center in East Lansing as your West Bloomfield Lakers get ready to take on Plymouth Salem today. 12 noon, this game is going on. Meanwhile, Michigan State is playing USC. Normally they'd be here, but they're off in the NCAA championship. Back at home, do you think anyone cares? Do you think the people in Keagle Harbor are fired up about the game today? Well, just there you go. Looks like they are. There's a shot off Facebook of the Keagle Harbor City Hall, and they are very green and white. Sorry, Michigan fans. Well, Michigan's not in the tournament, so we're all going to be green and white here for the next little bit. But everyone is fired up for the run for Michigan State. We wish them the very, very best of luck as they go through the tournament today. And it's going to be tough at noon trying to decide what to pay attention to. For us, it's all going to be girls basketball. Hey, it is St. Patrick's Day here in West Bloomfield, and that means if you registered, you may be heading out to the Drake Sports Park today, as the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation has a big St. Patty's Day lunch going on. That looks like a lot of fun. Great way, nice way, hopefully a sober way to spend your St. Patty's. Happy St. Patty's, everybody. I know you're going to be heading out to some of our local establishments today and doing all kinds of fun things. Keep it safe. Keep it real. Have fun. Remember, St. Patty's in West Bloomfield is all green and white, so I know everybody's going to have a really good time. Wow, what a week it has been. State of the Communities kicked it all off on Monday. Of course, it's Sunshine Week, very important to us here at Civic Center TV, because this is the week that we celebrate open government, going on all week. And there has been no better way to do it this week than to do our State of the Communities, which happened on Monday. And we had all of our elected leaders and then the superintendent of West Bloomfield Schools all with us on camera for an hour talking about all of the issues that are important to us here in West Bloomfield. If you did not get a chance to join us in person live or see it live on Civic Center TV or listen on the radio, we'll be replaying it often, but you can also go to civiccentertv.com. And on our homepage, there's a ton of stuff there right now. You'll find a link to the State of the Communities. You'll also find a link to the State of the County on the Civic Center TV homepage, which also happened to happen. Sure, why not? Right here in West Bloomfield on Tuesday. So a couple of other announcements while we still have time today. West Bloomfield School District is thrilled to announce that Roosevelt Elementary Teacher of the Year is Sage Wood. Sage Wood. I think we've got a picture. There's Sage Wood. Congratulations to Sage as the Roosevelt Elementary Teacher of the Year. Please join the West Bloomfield High School band program and show your support today by spending some money with Chipotle. They've got a special deal going on from 5 to 9 o'clock today. Show this flyer, and 33% of all proceeds will be donated to our band program. We got a great band program here in West Bloomfield. Thanks again for all of the support, and the folks of the band say, go Lakers. A lot of activities going on at Parks and Rec. There's no way we can get to all of them in a limited time, but a couple of programs going on that I wanted to call to your attention. The Co-Ed Softball League, registration has begun for that. That's an awful lot of fun. You get together with a lot of your friends and have an opportunity to play some softball after work. Then there's a Spring Fling Egg Scramble coming up on April 6th. Another one of those great fun events in our community celebrating Easter. And I do want to mention that we have a new youth soccer league program this year. West Bloomfield Parks has partnered with the Liverpool FCIA Michigan Recreational Soccer Program, and they got a whole new program. It all begins on April 15th, and we urge you to be a part of it. We'll have more on this on Monday when we have a little bit more time, but Schuler Books is coming to West Bloomfield. That is as big of a story as we have. They only have a couple of locations around the state of Michigan. They're an amazing bookstore. It's going to be the kind of place you can go and hang out and have a cup of coffee. And I'm telling you, with bookstores going away and everything else going online, the fact that Schuler Books is coming to West Bloomfield is huge. They're going to open up in April on Orchard Lake Road and right near Maple Road, a 19,000 square foot facility at the Gateway Center, and more on that on Monday when we have a little bit more time. Quick nod to our good friends over in Walled Lake, the Walled Lake Schools. Ton of things going on there. I would love to have time to announce them today. Trying to keep an eye on my watch here because I don't have my big clock that I have back in our studio, but we would urge you to go take a look at the Walled Lake Schools website, get caught up on all of the announcements there, and you can find that at WLCSD.org. So hey, that's about all the time I have today. As we run out here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this show. I can't tell you how much fun it is to put it together. I'm really a radio guy thrown on TV, so thanks for letting me learn how to be with you on television, but it's awful fun to be out here, especially on days like this. So amazing to be here at the Breslin. We have such a great community. We're hitting it on all 8 cylinders. One very important part of that is the growth of our athletic programs, our championship athletic programs that certainly are not the entire story of our school district, but they send such a good message about all of the success. We wish the West Bloomfield High School girls basketball team the best of success today as they take on Plymouth. They're favored to win, and actually, you kind of heard John say they're really favored to win the whole thing. That's what we're going to be here. Game time today, 12 noon. Complete coverage on civiccentertv.com/GirlsDB. We've got all the videos. We'll have all the highlights. We'll have updates there and across social media. And again, if they make it into the game tomorrow, you'll be able to watch on Bally Sports. So that's it from Lansing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tyler Keefe and I will be here all weekend long, and we thank you so much for joining us right here on this edition of the Splash Live. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I think I'm out of time. So I'm going to say so long and have a great day.